Welcome to another episode of Retrocraft. My name is Joe Prim, and in honor of Valentine's Day, I figured that after 30 years, I should share the 3 things that I love most about the construction trades. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, if you would ask me for this list back when I was an apprentice or a journeyman or running work before, I probably would have given you 3 things. There might have been times in my career where I wouldn't have been able to rattle off 3 things that I love about this industry. But at this point in my career, I enjoy getting up each and every morning to go to the construction site, to be a part of what's going on there. Now, again, have I always felt this way? Have I gone through my times of frustration and battled through difficult times? I sure have. Have I dealt with the nasty, negative people in this industry? I have. Have I dealt with the cold weather and the hot weather? I certainly have. Have I dealt with awful leadership? You bet. I've been there. But after 30 years of experience and seeing this, having the benefit of seeing this industry from many different angles, whether from the field side or the office side or for a short-lived time as a small business owner, I've had the benefit of seeing this industry from a lot of different angles. And at the end of the day, came back to the field. And when I was trying to think of this episode and sorting through what I feel are the 3 reasons that I get up every morning with my feet hitting the floor and a smile on my face, well, almost every morning, are these 3 things. So we're going to start with number 1. Number 1 on my list is it's a challenge. Even after 30 years in this industry, you may think that you've seen it all. You may think that you've done it all. You may think that you've got it figured out or got a great routine down. This industry has a way of surprising you and keeping you challenged. And for me, that's part of what I enjoy. I hate boredom. A bored Joe is a bad Joe. That is not what you want. I would rather be spinning 6 plates around, keeping myself busy and having my head in things and the days flying by because I'm preoccupied and working on many different things, focused in many different areas, and trying to get things put together in a different way than I did it last time because I'm facing this challenge or that challenge or that challenge, then be bored. I was surprised the other day as I was kind of flipping through YouTube, and one of the most viewed videos for the trades was jobs for lazy people and jobs for those who are lazy, I guess. I think that was actually the title of it. And it kind of surprised me that it had so many views because one of the things, like I'm saying right here, one of the things I love is the challenge because it keeps me from becoming bored. And when you are bored, the days get slow. And I think for people thinking about getting into the trades, there's a hesitation because of the challenge. Because you're not sure if you're up to that challenge, if you'll be able to do it. But if you could find something for lazy people, you know you could do that. And I'm here to say, you got it. You got it. You can do it. It's slow, incremental steps to get to a point maybe where you embrace the challenges the way that I do, but I know that you can do it. Don't try to find your way into the laziest, easiest niche that you can find in this industry. I don't think you'll end up very happy. The challenges keep things interesting. The challenges keep your head in the game. The challenges keep you moving forward in your career, right? The only way that you grow is if you're challenged. So if you have a whole job that's premised around not being challenged and being easy, then you're never going to grow. And lack of growth leads to lack of confidence. It's kind of a road that you don't want to intentionally go down. If that's the niche you somehow find your way into, hey, maybe it's for you. But the reality is, seeking out challenges is actually seeking out making yourself better. Number 2, pay in hours. Right now, usually I only have to work a 40-hour week. I've been working the last couple weekends. In fact, that's part of the reason why I missed a video last week. But normally I'm working a 40-hour week, which gives me the time I need to do this YouTube channel, to work on cars like I like to do, to spend time with my family, and to do what I need to do and what I want to do. Was able to break 6 figures last year. When you add that to the annuity, the pension, the health benefits, the vacation pay, I'm in a good spot, right? Now, this varies from region to region and trade to trade, but this industry has the ability to put you in a spot where you can buy a house and put a roof over your head, where you can always be able to make sure that you have food on the table for your family, where you can make sure that before the new school year starts, that your kids got that new fancy backpack that all their friends have, or the cleats that they need for the Little League team. And to me, that's important. It's important that the people that are doing this vital industry, that work in this vital industry and are so important to our country as a whole, so important to society and how we function, whether it's electric or plumbing with sewer lines and the new data centers that are going in. These are important, very important positions and roles that the people are playing. So I think that pay should be equal to that, right? So again, it's dependent on region, it's dependent on trade, but a big part of why I like this trade is I feel like I'm paid fairly, and that to me is important. Believe me, I've done the salary thing where I was getting paid and working what would be overtime for normal people, and on salary you're working 12 plus hour days, week in and day out, and I'll take the hourly pay over that any day of the week because I'm getting back for what I'm giving, and that's important to me. Number 3 is a sense of purpose. Whether it be the schools that I've helped build and being able to look back and know that those are serving communities, whether it be the hospitals that I've helped build and knowing that there are doctors and nurses going there each and every day to help people within my community that need help. Especially think back to the children's hospital that I worked at and the difficult situation that those children are in, and you think about what I worked on, and I think about what I worked on there, and you should hopefully at some point in your career think about the things that you've worked on and hope that what I worked on makes things easier for those doctors and nurses to give back to what's needed by those children. And some of the things that I built there, hopefully those put a smile on a kid's face that is facing things that none of us would ever want to face. From that to working at the state capitol and many corporate offices of companies that you guys would recognize, there's a sense of purpose in giving back to the community. It's a sense of purpose in being a part of something bigger than myself. Along with that is the people that we work with each and every day. I refer to the people in the field as my people. Those are the people I'm comfortable with. Those are the people I can laugh and joke around with. Those are the people I know what they're looking for. I know what they need. Like working on the project I'm running right now, working with the tile guy so he can get some tile done before I can get in and work on what I need to work on. And there's certain things that I'm in discussions and talking with the plumber about getting some things that I need to get done in order for him to get in and get going. So nobody's in this by themselves. Nobody's in this for themselves. We're all stuck in this together in making it work, right? We're all battling delivery issues, and we're all battling the bad weather, and we're all battling a crazy work schedule, and we're all have these same battles. We're all working together again to create something on a project that's bigger than we as individuals can do or can handle. And then along that same idea of purpose for me is we're the last part, and I think the coolest part, of bringing a dream to reality, right? Each and every project that any of us are working on, no matter how big or how small, started up in somebody's head and went from somebody's head into a computer program, architects and designers back and forth on finalizing what they wanted and being able to get funding for it. Then you have drawings drawn up and they go back and forth between the subs, and the MEPs are trying to figure out how they're going to fit their guts of what's necessary in that building inside of the parameters given to them by the architects and designers. And then at the end of the day, that vision over sometimes many, many years falls into our lap to put the final touches on it of that vision and turning that vision into reality. And again, it's a part of being something that's bigger than you as an individual. It's working together. I'm a carpenter, so we're working with all the other trades, plumbers, pipe fitters, and as a millwork carpenter, I'm in the fortunate area, and some people probably would say the unfortunate area, but I get to work with really everybody. Because like I was mentioning earlier, plumbers are waiting for me to get done with vanity so they can get their sinks in, and I'm waiting for the tile guy to get done so that I can put things in that need to go on top of his tile. I'm working with the pipe fitters so they can get the heights of their sprinkler heads and work with my panels. So I have this benefit of getting to see and to work with almost all of the other trades, electricians, where their outlets are going so that they're in the center of my panels, this and that, right? So I get to be in the mix of all of it. And that adds to the challenge part, right? And it adds to the sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, a sense of being a part of something that's bigger than me. I can't do their work. I wouldn't know the first thing about doing their work. But I can show them from my perspective or what I need them to do, and we work together to accomplish that goal. And to me, that gives me a sense of purpose in this industry. So I don't know where you're at. You might be in a spot as thinking about getting into the trades, and hopefully you look at this and say, wow, if this guy after 30 years in this industry still thinks that this can be a great career, something to get into, that I can be challenged and I can make enough money to buy a house maybe, or I can be a part of something that's bigger than myself, then I say, if those things interest you, look a little further. Let's do this. Maybe you're an apprentice and you're in the thick of things and you are frustrated, feel disillusioned, feel maybe like you were kind of tricked into things. Sometimes you need to battle through, but I'm going to let you in on something that took me a little while to understand, and that's the people that you work with are more important than what you do. And let me explain that a little further. I would rather dig ditches in the middle of summer with the right people, because I know I'd be laughing my head off every single day, joking and having a good time, and the days would fly by, versus sitting in an air-conditioned trailer with a bunch of idiots, we'll call them. Because I've been there, and I've quit because of them, because I knew that there was something beyond what I was seeing on a day-to-day basis. And maybe you don't have enough experience to where you know that there's something either on the other side of that or beyond where you're kind of stuck at the moment. And if that's where you're at, I'd spend some time thinking about whether it's this industry that you hate or whether it's the people that you're working with that you hate. And maybe that can help guide you and steer you into not quitting this industry, because this industry can bring you most of what you probably want out of life. But maybe it will direct you and guide you towards reconsidering where you're at the moment. And if you're one of those journeymen that if you got punched in the face by happiness, you still wouldn't recognize it, take a step back. Take a breather. And as somebody who chose to step out of the field for a while and check out what else was going on in this industry, the grass isn't greener on the other side. Believe me. And if you don't believe me, go check it out for yourself. Stop complaining about it. Stop bitching about it. Stop making life miserable for everybody else you're working for. Go try it out for yourself. The reality is, you'll probably end up right back like I did. And maybe you'll be happier for it and you'll realize the things that you loved about this industry. So, happy Valentine's Day, and that's all I got. Let's get back to work.